Welcome in to On the Hill with Pat Jenkins, Sports Talk Radio. Brought to you live here each and every day from 1 to 2 on KDIV 98.7. Get to start off another, guys, Demetrius, we get to start off another week of On the Hill. First, I want to start off by saying congratulations to the women's softball program under Courtney Deifel for a very successful season. Unfortunately, the Lady Razorbacks have come to an end with their season as they went down 5-4 to Tulsa on Friday evening, a walk-off home run, and then 5-3 to the defending national champion Oklahoma Sooners. But just want to say a big congratulations, and things look pretty good on the Hill under Courtney Deifert and that softball program. Also, too, big congratulations to Dave Van Horn and the men's Razorback baseball program as they were able to win the series at Texas Stadium down in College Station with a resounding 8-0 win on Sunday. They're going to finish in the top four, get a bye, but also, too, may have a regional that they're playing for once they get down to Hoover, Alabama. So big shout-out to both the men's and women's softball and baseball teams for a successful regular season. And, also big things ahead on the Diamonds for both of those programs. But also, too, want to give a big shout-out. And I know if you're a Cavalier fan, you may not like this, but shout-out to the Clovers, the Boston Celtics, for their very, very first finals victory. And also, too, we're going to have a call-in at the 105 and the 115 segments before we get into our guests. So if you want to reach us, give us a shout, 479-439-3591. And today's topic is, call us and let us know your biggest sports disappointment in the football and men's and women's basketball program. What is your biggest Razorback disappointment of all time that you can remember as a fan? We want to hear some of you guys' thoughts, but I want to bring in my producer, Demetrius Johnson. Shocking last night in Cleveland, Ohio, with that comeback. You're down 77-56, and then from that moment on, you outscore Cleveland. I think it was 55-31, something of that nature. Without your best player, Isaiah Thomas. What does that speak? For resiliency with a team when they're all odds are against you.
I just personally feel that just shows the tradition and culture there with the Celtics. That's one of the original NBA teams. They have a lot of fan support, a lot of history, a lot of championships. So to me, it's just it's not that I'm surprised. I figured they were going to win one of those games somewhere out of that series. So I'm really not surprised. I think I'm more so surprised about the type of game LeBron had personally with stat-wise. Also, too, a big announcement comes out as Frank Ragnow, senior offensive starting center at the University of Arkansas, has been nominated and is a finalist, or he's on the watch list for the Remington Award, as voted on by media as the best offensive lineman in college football. And I think that's really a telltale thing when you look at just the up and down play of the offensive line last year. It's a big testament to Frank. He's been a very integral part of those offensive lines from day one, his freshman year until now, and it just speaks volumes of just the MO of a Brett Bielema football team. Offensive line is one of the key components. As offensive line goes, I've always thought under Brett, so goes the quarterback, the running back, the tight end, and the wide receivers. So big congratulations to Frank Ragnow on being nominated as one of the chosen ones for that Remington watch list. Also, too, what do you think about that, Demetrius? Speak on that offensive line, because they took a lot of ribbing. Those first four games. We were watching Austin Allen. Absolutely have to be peeled from the grass because he was down seeing those lines. I bet he could tell each and every fine piece of grass because he spent so much time down there.
as the season went on. Well, what does that speak on this offensive line, and where do you think they might have a chance to go in the 2017 season?
You know, to me personally, with Frank winning this award or just being nominated for this award, I think it puts Arkansas back on the right track as far as you and EK like to say, sexiness for the program when we're talking offensive linemen. You know, a lot of people call this Arkansas U, or, you know, a lot of people are known to come out of here for offensive linemen. So I think it just really gives the university back credibility to say, hey guys, we can produce some of the top linemen. I know we kind of fell off. I know we had a drop-off season. But look, we're still putting top draft picks when you're talking offensive linemen in the league. And I think Frank will really be a testament to that and really get the program from an offensive standpoint, or should I say an offensive lineman standpoint, back on track with him just being in that conversation for that prestigious award.
I mean, and now look at this. You go back to, you know, Coach Bielema's time as a head football coach. You know, you look up there at that other school at Wisconsin. He had Fredericks, the starting center for the Dallas Cowboys, was a #1 pick. You look at Travis Swanson and what he was able to do for Travis as he moved on to the Detroit Lions and became a real integral part of their offensive line there in Detroit. And now look at Frank Ragnow having this bestowed upon him, the honor of being on the Remington watch list. If you're a recruit, you know, Demetrius, does this really stand out? If you're Kurt Anderson, former NFL offensive line coach, by way was an all Big Ten center in college football at the University of Michigan himself. How much easier when you get guys on these watch lists heading into their senior years, will that prospective recruit be more willing to listen to what you have to say, in your opinion?
Definitely. You know, I think that goes back to what I was saying just a second ago. Just I think Frank's really going to put us back on the right road when you're talking offensive linemen coming out of the University of Arkansas. You know, the last kind of profound name that I would probably say is Tritola, and that was when he was having that, I guess you would say, Heisman campaign that they were trying to put together when he threw that touchdown in the end zone. That was kind of the last time you really seen a notable offensive lineman from Arkansas. You know, Frank and Skipper got a little you know, exposure last year, but it wasn't to the magnitude that Tritola and those Denver Kirkland, when they were on the cover, you know, it was Hog U. So I think anytime you can win a national award and your guy be one of the finalists or a preseason finalists, I think it's always good just to win.
Let's get this set up. We said we're going to have more conversation as when we come back in the second hour. I'm going to get these guys taken. I'm going to get Demetrius, his biggest disappointment as a Razorback fan, you know, in the time that he's a lot younger than I am, so he's going to be more current. Also, too, we're going to bring in our magic maker. When you guys watch a lot of the live stream, we're going to bring in Blue Shoes and get his most disappointing experience as a Razorback fan. But at 1:30, let's get it started. We're going to be joined by Derek Stingley Sr., a football coach out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We're going to talk about his son, Derek Jr. He was a 2019 defensive back, 5-star young man that was just recently offered by the University of Arkansas and Michael Smith. We'll get his take on Coach Smitty, where Arkansas sits. He was recently a commitment to the University of LSU, has since then decommitted and reopened his recruiting. We'll talk about more of the schools that they're going to be looking at. And also, too, they play the 3-4, the 4-3. We'll see what best fits Derek, and also what type of defensive scheme he's going to be looking for. And then we're going to follow that up. You know, we like to get into the SEC. We're going to talk a little football, but we're going down to Lexington, Kentucky, and talk to our good buddy, Kevin McGuffey of Big Blue Nation. We'll get that depth chart of how it's going to look when they touch the field in August. And also, too, talk a little basketball. Where's this recruiting class if Hamidou Diallo, I should say, decides to stay in the draft and not return? We'll get Kevin's take on just how Calipari can, you know, adjust to that. But as I like to say, I'm ready. Demetrius, you ready?
I'm ready, boss.
Let's get it going. Call us, 479-439-3591. Let us know, what's your biggest disappointment as this next segment is your segment.
I throw him that number one more time.
479-439-3591. And also, too, if you don't get a chance to ride along and catch OTH in your vehicle, make sure you go download that free app. It's KDIV 98.7, and you can take OTH anywhere. It's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins. on KDIV 98.7 FM.